We've taken a two-pronged approach in building our toolkit. The first approach is that we really want to promote the establishment of drug-free workplace programs. And the second is that we really want to encourage employers to incorporate and include underage drinking prevention education within the employee education modules of a drug-free workplace program, whether that be an existing program or a newly developed program. In the toolkit, we have resources that will help those that are working toward those objectives, no matter where they are on the continuum. Now, for example, in the state of Ohio, we are very familiar with drug-free workplace programs. We have those principles well documented and confirmed within our state. We have a premium discount program through our Workers' Compensation Bureau that gives to employers who are operating drug-free workplaces a discount. We also have a House Bill 80, which requires that any contractor that's doing construction work for the state of Ohio is operating a drug-free workplace program. And in both of those situations, one of the standard principles is employee education. However, what is not standard within employee education is the incorporation of underage drinking prevention. That's what we want to change. Now, from the toolkit, the resources that are available for someone from Ohio, for example, would be an article and resource that helps them understand why. Why should employers commit to underage drinking prevention, and how to broaden that conversation on childhood drinking. Then we also have, for example, 4 educational modules that you'll be hearing about in a moment that can actually be applied in an employer setting with the employees. Now, in another state, perhaps the community and the government leaders want to just begin meaningful dialogues on this topic. And for them, the toolkit has a whole set of legal research that they can look to find, okay, what are the benefits and the laws and the statutes and the incentives that are available in our state or in other states that we can then match stakeholders' interest, talk to them about these issues, broaden it with employee education, and incorporate underage drinking prevention education. So in total, the toolkit has resources for every place on the continuum. It includes an article about the basics of drug-free workplace programs. It includes the why and how to broaden the discussion on underage childhood drinking. It also has the 4 modules, educational modules, and the legal resources that include an analysis of all 50 states, the laws in all 50 states with explanations, and also a discussion guide that helps someone who is going to embark on this endeavor really know where to start, how to find the right person to begin the dialogues with. I think it's important to just go back. It's a broad spectrum that we are trying to impact. Drug-free workplace programs with employee education, and employee education containing this special information that is of benefit to the individual employees who will actually be impacted in their own personal lives, to the employer who's contributing to his or her own business operations, and to the community where we're trying to really break the cycle. I don't think there's anybody better to really talk and address this issue than the real McCoy, an employer who is truly doing the work. I would like to introduce Joe Sanderlin, and Joe is Vice President of Chemcode Incorporated. Chemcode Incorporated is a company that we have worked with for several years. Joe has been there for since 2000.
Right.
Since 2000, and he is responsible for the drug-free workplace program there. He's a native of Virginia and has a degree in building construction. And I'd like, Joe, if you'd come up and tell us a little bit about your company.
Thanks, Dee. We've been involved with Dee for quite a few years, as she said. Chemcode, to explain to you what we are an asphalt roofing, or asphalt paving and a roofing company commercially. We do approximately $18 million of work a year, and we have worked on quite a few of the marquee jobs throughout the city of Columbus, and very pleased with that. We've been around on the paving side since 1986, and roofing-wise since 1988. been a very successful relationship with our drug-free workplace program as well as with our employees. Employees on our end, maybe we are in a lower tier of employees a lot of times with the construction end. And so these employees, a lot of times you may need some nurturing in different areas of kind of communicating to them. So we try to be a little on the creative side where some of our employees are illiterate, and it's something that you have to deal with. Some of our employees are Hispanic. Once again, it's just another obstacle that we have to deal with. So how do you deal with that? We deal with that by having our training, and training by working partners that's helped out in a visual way. We also have videotapes in Spanish, and we also have general safety tapes with these. And we've been committed to doing this since early on. We've been involved with the physical program since 1998. We have, we've been fortunate enough with a lot of our employees to have them as having children come up through. So we're in the second generation employees, and I was asked to talk about some of that, and somehow we have incorporated that with our organization where they have talked and brought in about the children, because we consider our people the first line of defense. That going back to the communication end, we communicate for our employees a lot of times with brochures where we'll put them in their paychecks so they can go and bring it home and take a look at it, and or potentially look at these things at lunchtime through various options. We find that most of the time these guys work, they're working very hard. They're working with 300-degree temperature product that is, very difficult all day long and hard work. So they don't really want to find themselves going home to try to do research. So we found them as a conduit. We are funneling information through our paychecks through them, where they have the ability to talk with a spouse, talk with a girlfriend, talk with their children from that aspect, where they get information immediately from us instead of having the ability to look it up. In some cases, they don't have that ability. And so, again, we try to funnel that as a conduit for informational purposes, and it's been successful. We've had some individuals come up specifically. We've kind of just incorporated the child in just this past year, and I had some individuals come up and thank us for doing that, and that's been rewarding, because a lot of times I might not hear without being told that, because of sometimes the labor management barrier. It's kind of tough to see, so you try to come through and feel out, see exactly what works, what doesn't work, and we've really been successful on the drug-free program with us. The guys, the fact that they are staying at work most of the time allows them to maybe spend a little bit more time with family, hence take time to talk to their children. And then again, these children may be our employees of tomorrow. So we find it, again, our first line of defense and investing in the future, figure it as a win-win situation. And thank you for allowing me to talk today. Hopefully I did okay.
Yeah.